They call it the Devil's Triangle, a place where vessels vanish and aircrafts disappear without a trace. But what if I told you that lurking beneath its ominous waves are creatures so bizarre, so otherworldly, that they defy everything we think we know about life on Earth? Legends speak of strange hybrid animals, not just the familiar crossbreeds like the liger or its reverse, but entirely new beings that blur the lines between species. What if these mythical hybrids are real? What if they're thriving in the depths of the Bermuda Triangle, their existence a secret waiting to be uncovered? 1. The flu. Talk about a wild rumor. There's chatter about a mysterious blue whale hybrid that some believe might have its roots in the infamous Bermuda Triangle. You know, that spot in the ocean that's notorious for disappearing ships and planes? It's the stuff of legends. But where did this idea even come from? The Bermuda Triangle has been a hot topic for decades, capturing the imagination of adventurers and conspiracy theorists alike. With so many bizarre tales swirling around, it was only a matter of time before people started linking these stories to unusual marine life, like hybrids of blue whales and fin whales. The intrigue surrounding this region has led many to wonder if the hybrids could be hanging out in those mysterious waters. But while it sounds like a scene from a movie, there's no hard evidence to back up these claims. Still, recent discoveries have scientists buzzing. Blue whales have been found to carry an unexpected amount of fin whale DNA, about 3.5%. This discovery has sparked conversations about the potential for these hybrids to be more common than we thought. In fact, one such sighting was reported off the coast of Santa Barbara. But here's the catch. Despite the Bermuda Triangle's spooky reputation, there are no verified sightings or research tying these hybrids directly to that area. It's all speculation and fantasy at this point. The whispers about this hybrid connection might stem from the ongoing research into blue whales, particularly the North Atlantic subspecies, which are currently listed as endangered. The population took a severe hit during the early 20th century due to commercial whaling, but thankfully their numbers are starting to rebound. Despite this good news, these whales face challenges as they adapt to a changing environment, with climate change impacting their food sources and habitats.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
2. World's first cloned Arctic wolf. Meet Maya, the first cloned Arctic wolf, who's making headlines in China. Cloning is no longer just the realm of sheep. Maya is proof that the wonders of science can extend to the wild side of life. Just like Dolly the sheep, Maya was created using cutting-edge cloning technology, but with a twist. She developed in the womb of a beagle. That's right, Maya's journey to the world was a bit unconventional, blending the worlds of wolves and dogs in a way that's both fascinating and adorable. Maya's story begins with a wild Arctic wolf who lived a full life but sadly passed away from old age. Scientists were determined to keep her legacy alive, so they took a leap into the future of cloning. Using a technique called somatic cell nuclear transfer, they extracted DNA from the deceased wolf and implanted it into the egg of a beagle. This groundbreaking method is pretty amazing. It's how scientists can create a genetic copy of an organism. Maya came into the world in 2022, and the moment she arrived, she was already a trailblazer. Instead of living with a pack of wolves, she's spent her early life alongside her surrogate mom, the beagle. It's a unique living arrangement that has its perks and quirks. While she may miss out on some classic wolf socialization, her playful nature shines through as she frolics and plays with her beagle buddy. This unexpected friendship highlights how adaptable and resilient animals can be, even in unconventional situations. Maya's existence isn't just a cute story. It raises important questions about cloning and wildlife conservation. With many species facing extinction, cloning offers a glimmer of hope for preserving genetic diversity. But there's a catch. Can a cloned animal thrive without learning the essential survival skills from its species? Maya's journey will help scientists understand how cloning might play a role in conservation efforts moving forward. 3. The king of hybrids. Ligers are the ultimate mashup of big cats, bringing together the raw power of a male lion and the stealth of a female tiger. And when you bring those two together, you don't just get a regular-sized cat. Nope, you get an animal that can weigh over 900 pounds and stretch out to 12 feet long. These big cats are no joke. They're like the supersized version of lions and tigers combined. These big cats are living proof that nature likes to push the limits sometimes. But here's the catch. Ligers don't just happen. They only exist because humans brought lions and tigers together in captivity. In the wild, these two big cats live in totally different places. Lions in Africa, tigers in Asia. So they'd never meet on their own. So what makes ligers so much bigger than their parents? It's all about genetics. Lionesses have a gene that stops their cubs from growing too large, like a built-in growth controller. But tigresses don't have that gene. So when you mix a male lion with a female tiger, there's nothing stopping the liger from just growing and growing and growing. They hit their full gigantic potential without a cap. But being huge has its downsides. All that size puts a lot of stress on their bodies, especially their hearts and joints. Ligers can develop heart disease and joint issues, making their lives a little tougher than your average big cat. And because they're hybrids, ligers can't even reproduce, so each one is like a one-time deal, but with some extra baggage. Even with all these challenges, ligers are kind of a big deal. Zoos and wildlife parks breed them because they know people will show up to see these giant cats. But this brings up some major ethical questions. Ligers don't serve a conservation purpose. They're not helping preserve lion or tiger populations. They exist purely for human entertainment. And while they're incredible to look at, many argue that breeding an animal that's likely to suffer from health problems just to put it on display isn't worth the wow factor. Still, you can't ignore the fact that ligers are attention magnets. They've made appearances in movies, like that unforgettable reference in Napoleon Dynamite, and continue to pop up in documentaries and viral videos. At the end of the day, ligers are the perfect example of how humans love to push the boundaries of nature. But the real question is, should we? 4. The city's secret predator. The coy wolf is a hybrid born from the union of coyotes and wolves. This blend combines the agility of a coyote with the strength of a wolf, creating a super predator that's taken the North American landscape by storm. You might think of them as the ultimate survivalists, perfectly adapted to thrive in a variety of environments, from bustling urban areas to dense forests. Coy wolves first made their appearance in the wild around the 20th century, primarily in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. As wolf populations began to decline due to hunting and habitat loss, coyotes expanded their range and started interbreeding with the remaining wolves. The result? A new breed that boasts the best traits from both parents. These creatures are typically larger than coyotes but smaller than wolves, weighing between 50 and 90 pounds. With their sleek bodies, long legs, and bushy tails, coy wolves are a sight to behold. They thrive in a range of habitats and have been known to hunt in packs or solo, depending on the situation. Their diets are just as versatile, consisting of small mammals, deer, and even garbage in urban settings. This flexibility allows them to coexist with humans and take advantage of whatever food sources are available. Coy wolves also exhibit some interesting social behaviors. While they retain the coyote's more solitary nature, they can form packs like wolves, especially during the breeding season. This blend of social structures allows them to adjust their behavior based on their surroundings, making them incredibly resilient. In urban areas, they may become more solitary to avoid conflicts, while in more rural settings, they can be more social. Despite their charm, coy wolves face challenges, particularly as human development continues to encroach on their habitats. As they adapt to urban life, they often encounter dangers like traffic, traps, and habitat fragmentation. 5. The original workhorse hybrid. What would happen if a male donkey and a female horse came together to create an offspring? Well, you'd get a creature that's not just strong, but also super smart. Mules are the ultimate multitaskers, ready to tackle whatever you throw their way. So, what makes these hybrids so special? For starters, they've got a little something called hybrid vigor, which means they're often tougher and more resilient than their parents. It's like they hit the genetic lottery. Mules combine the muscle of a horse with the stamina of a donkey, making them the go-to choice for all sorts of hard work. When it comes to size, mules typically stand between 12 to 16 hands high and weigh around 800 to 1,900 pounds. They are built for action, with strong legs and sturdy bodies that can haul heavy loads over rough terrain. But don't let their muscles fool you. Mules are also pretty clever. They tend to be more intelligent than horses and can be a bit stubborn, but in a good way. Instead of just following orders blindly, mules like to think things through, which can be both a blessing and a challenge when you're trying to get one to cooperate. Historically, mules have been the real MVPs in agriculture and transportation. They've been hauling heavy loads for farmers, miners, and travelers forever. During the American Civil War, mules were the go-to for transporting supplies through tough terrain. With their sure-footedness and stamina, they became essential for getting the job done. What's even cooler is that mules are more efficient foragers than horses. They can thrive on less food and adapt to all kinds of diets, making them a breeze to care for. Their hardiness means they can handle environments that might challenge other domesticated animals. And while mules can't reproduce, since they're hybrids, they've found a special place in our hearts and cultures. They form strong bonds with their handlers and show loyalty and affection that's just unmatched. So, whether they're trekking through rugged trails or working the fields, mules prove time and again that they're not just any hybrid. They're the ultimate all-rounders, ready to take on the world. 6. The liger's reverse. Taigons are like the unsung heroes of the hybrid big cat world, and they've got some serious personality to boot. These cool cats come from a male tiger and a female lion, and while they might not have the same fame as ligers, they're definitely worth talking about. The first Taigon made its debut in the 1970s at a zoo in South Carolina, and you can just imagine the excitement when that little cub showed up. When it comes to looks, Taigons tend to be a bit smaller than their liger cousins, usually weighing in between 200 and 400 pounds. They've got this awesome mix of features, sporting the tiger's striking stripes along with a lion's sandy coat. But while ligers just keep growing, Taigons don't get as huge as either parent, thanks to that little growth-limiting gene from the lioness. So, they're more compact, but still super impressive. Now, let's talk health. Taigons can face some physical challenges, but they tend to be more genetically stable than ligers, which is a plus. That said, they can still have their quirks, like developmental issues or a mix of traits that can make them stand out. Their personalities are often influenced by their lion lineage, so you might find them being more social than your average tiger. Instead of being the lone wolves of the cat world, they often bond with other big cats. On top of that, Taigons can exhibit some pretty interesting behavior. They can inherit both their mother's and father's vocalizations, so don't be surprised if you hear a mix of roars and growls. And while they can't reproduce due to their hybrid status, they still provide insight into the genetic makeup of both lions and tigers. 7. The farm's best-kept secret. Imagine a creature that combines the brawn of a bison with the more docile temperament of cattle. Meet the beefalo. These unique hybrids are primarily bred for their meat, which is leaner and lower in cholesterol than regular beef, making them a tasty option for health-conscious eaters. Beefalo originated in the late 1960s when ranchers in the United States began experimenting with crossbreeding to create a more efficient meat source. By mixing American bison with domestic cattle, they aimed to develop a hybrid that could thrive in various climates while producing high-quality beef. The result is a robust animal that can withstand harsh conditions and deliver delicious meat. Typically, beefalo weigh between 1,000 to 1,500 pounds, making them pretty impressive on the scale. Their appearance varies, but they often inherit a muscular build from their bison parent, along with a thick coat that helps keep them warm in cooler climates. With slightly shorter legs than bison, beefalo have a squat, sturdy look, perfect for long days grazing in the pasture. What sets beefalo apart is their temperament. While bison can be unpredictable and wild, beefalo tend to be more social and easier to handle thanks to their cattle lineage. They form strong bonds with their herd mates and can even be trained to respond to commands, making them favorites among ranchers who appreciate this blend of hardiness and approachability. Of course, raising beefalo does come with its own set of challenges. Some folks worry that crossbreeding could dilute the genetic integrity of both species, which might lead to health issues down the road. But when raised with care, beefalo can be a sustainable and ethical meat option. And let's not forget about their environmental perks. Beefalo are efficient grazers, which means they help keep pasture lands healthy and reduce soil erosion. Plus, They have a smaller carbon footprint than regular cattle, making them an eco-friendly choice for meat production. 8. The marine marvel. Dolphins are one of the coolest hybrids in the ocean, mixing the best traits of a false killer whale and a bottlenose dolphin. Imagine a sleek body that combines the agility of a dolphin with the bulkier frame of a false killer whale. The very first dolphin made waves back in 1981 at a SeaWorld in Tokyo, but sadly it didn't last long and lived only about 200 days. Fast forward a few years to 1985, when Kekemalu was born at Sea Life Park in Hawaii. She became the first dolphin in the US to survive. How amazing is that? And get this, Kekemalu was fertile, even though she's a hybrid. That's a huge deal in the hybrid world. She had her first calf at a young age, but that little one didn't make it past a few days. In 1991, Kekemalu welcomed another daughter named Pohake Aloha. She took care of her for 2 years, but instead of nursing, trainers helped raise her. Unfortunately, Pohake Aloha passed away when she was just 9, but Kekemalu wasn't done yet. On December 23, 2004, she had her third calf, a playful girl named Kawili Kai, who was sired by a male bottlenose dolphin. This little one was full of energy and grew super fast. By just a few months old, she was already the size of a 1-year-old bottlenose dolphin. Kekemalu lived an incredible life and passed on July 8, 2024, at 39 years old, leaving behind her legacy. Kawili Kai is still at Sea Life Park, keeping the dolphin story alive. Dolphins have some seriously impressive social skills, thanks to their false killer whale heritage. These fun-loving hybrids often roll with tight-knit groups. You'll catch them chatting away with a symphony of clicks and whistles, and they love to engage in playful antics that keep the good times rolling. Now, when it comes to their rarity in the wild, dolphins are like the hidden gems of the ocean. While they usually hang out in warm waters where their parent species swim, spotting one in the wild is like finding a unicorn. These hybrids are pretty elusive, making them a mystery for researchers. Plus, since they're born from 2 different species, they face unique challenges out there in the big blue. They deal with the same threats as their parent species, like habitat loss and pollution, which makes their conservation super important. 9. The wild meets domestic, the Savannah cat. Say hello to the Savannah cat, a breed that comes from crossing domestic cats with servals, those sleek, long-legged wild cats from Africa. First bred in 1986, Savannahs have quickly captured the hearts of adventurous cat lovers who want a taste of the wild at home. Now, they're not your average cat. They can jump an incredible 7 feet in one bound. Imagine your cat leaping around like a little furry superhero. Standing as tall as a medium-sized dog, their long legs give them an impressive stature that commands attention. It's a sight to see, these agile beauties soaring onto high surfaces with grace and style. But they come with a pretty hefty price tag. The Savannah cat can run you around $20,000. That's right, this isn't your average house cat. It's like having a piece of the wild lounging on your couch. They come decked out with those fabulous black tear markings that not only look super cool, but also reflect light when they're on the hunt. Savannah cats aren't just about looks, they also have big personalities. With their large, expressive ears and playful natures, these felines are full of energy and curiosity. They love engaging in antics that keep their human companions entertained. But don't let their playful demeanor fool you. Savannahs can unleash an extreme hiss that sounds eerily like a snake, a reminder of their wild ancestry that adds an element of surprise to their playful nature. But owning a Savannah cat isn't without its challenges, because they're not fully recognized as domestic cats. The legality of owning one can be a bit murky in certain areas. If you're thinking about welcoming a Savannah into your home, it's crucial to check local regulations. You wouldn't want to fall in love with one of these beauties only to discover that it's illegal to keep them where you live. 10. The Arctic's unlikely offspring. The growler bear is a hybrid creature resulting from the crossing of a grizzly bear and a polar bear. This bear is a real showstopper, combining the best traits of both parents into one incredible package. The first confirmed sighting of a growler bear happened in the wild in 2006, and since then, they've gained attention, especially as climate change pushes polar bears and grizzlies into each other's territories. When it comes to size, growler bears pack a punch, weighing in anywhere from 300 to 800 pounds. That makes them heftier than your typical grizzly, but a bit lighter than a polar bear. Their fur is a fabulous mix of colors, from creamy whites to rich browns, allowing them to blend right into their surroundings. Whether they're wandering through lush forests or roaming the snowy tundra, they've got camouflage down to an art. What sets Growlar bears apart is their incredible adaptability. Unlike polar bears, which mainly feast on seals, Growlar bears have a more varied diet that includes fish, berries, and plants. His flexible menu is a huge advantage as their habitats shift due to climate change, giving them a better shot at survival in changing environments. These bears have been spotted roaming in areas where their parent species hang out, proving they're pretty adaptable. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows for Growlar bears. As temperatures rise and habitats shift, they face some serious challenges. Habitat loss and a shrinking food supply are real threats, and their hybrid genetics can make them more vulnerable to health issues. It's a tough world out there, and these bears are feeling the heat, literally. 11. The striped anomaly. Donkeys are already among the most adorable animals, with their floppy ears, gentle demeanor, and charming personalities. But what if we could make them even cuter? Enter the zonkey. This delightful hybrid is the result of crossing a zebra with a donkey, creating a creature that's not just adorable, but also visually striking. Imagine a donkey with the quirky stripes of a zebra. How could anyone resist that? Zonkies inherit the best of both worlds, the sturdy build and friendly nature of donkeys combined with the eye-catching stripes of zebras. These hybrids often showcase those fabulous zebra stripes along their legs and faces, while their bodies might sport the solid colors typical of donkeys. This unique look makes zonkies stand out in any setting, whether they're roaming a farm or wowing visitors at a zoo. While these playful hybrids are undeniably cute, they also come with some fascinating facts. Zonkies are usually sterile, meaning they can't have offspring of their own, a trait common among hybrid animals. Despite this limitation, they can be just as lively and engaging as their parent species. Zonkies tend to have playful personalities, displaying a friendly curiosity that charms everyone around them. Their social nature makes them great companions for both humans and other animals. In terms of physical traits, zonkies often have a pretty unique blend of their parents' features. They typically inherit the sturdy legs of a donkey and the athletic build of a zebra, allowing them to move gracefully while showcasing their stunning stripes. The coloration can vary widely. Some may look more like their donkey parent, while others flaunt prominent zebra-like markings. These stripes can also serve as a form of camouflage, helping them blend into their environment. Zonkies are quite adaptable creatures, thriving in various environments thanks to their hardy donkey lineage. Whether they're living on a farm, in a wildlife sanctuary, or making their rounds at a zoo, these charming hybrids can handle a range of conditions. Interestingly, zonkies can also inherit the zebra's unique vocalizations, often making a sound that's a mix between a donkey's bray and a zebra's bark. Are you ready for a world where hybrids reign supreme?